Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. Why did the carpenter leave the lumber store? Because he got bored. All right, now this day in history. Ooh, it's another long one. On January 28th, 2017, Serena Williams beats her sister Venus Williams for 23rd Grand Slam title. On January 28th, 2017, Serena Williams beat her sister Venus Williams 6-4, 6-4 in the Australian Open for a record 23 Grand Slam title. The match in Melbourne also marked Serena's 7th win at the Australian Open. This match was not the first between the sisters. In fact, as of 2024, Serena holds the most wins between them at 19 to Venus's 12. Both sisters have held number one singles and doubles rankings, and both are Olympic gold medalists, each earning 1 gold in singles and 3 in doubles, which they earned together. Just over a year apart in age, the two drew massive amounts of attention early in their careers for combined talent and success due to the huge amount of promise sprouting from one family. Large crowds have attended their matchups, the most notable being their final at the 2001 U.S. Open, which drew in more viewers than the Notre Dame, Nebraska college football game airing concurrently. In April 2017, Serena gained more media attention from the 2017 Australian Open win after accidentally sharing on social media that she was 20 weeks pregnant, which revealed she was 10 weeks pregnant when she defeated her sister. All right. Well, I'd also like to thank quite a number of people for renewing their membership today. Special thanks to SoTech for 44 months as a super supporter. That is a crazy amount of time to be a super supporter. Thank you so much, SoTech. We also have some year re-ups. So Scott Bathurst, thank you for a full year at the Tier 2 membership. Also, thank you to Sonalita and Karina Semenov for 12 months. And in addition to that, thank you to Gage Taylor. Thank you to Lisa Last. Thank you to Marissa and Nathan Good for renewing your membership. I appreciate all of you. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got rib, motor, mock, tire, platter, rag, needle, gloves, sham, bucket, pretend, time, soap, dummy, tone arm. Is that it? Tone arm? Me. Hey, I'm in the puzzle. Look, Ma, I'm famous. We had sham recently. Sham meaning the pillow cover, which was used for bedding. But sham can also mean like I don't know if it means pretend, but like a sham something is. I guess it could mean pretend, like fake. Sham means fake as well. So pretend could also mean fake. What else would mean fake? Okay, mocking and ribbing are also synonyms. Like you mock someone, you rib them. It's more like a friendly mocking. I don't know. I want to look at tone arm because someone made fun of me. Oh, when you're ignorant of something, you think it's purple, but I mean, what the heck is tone arm? So all I can do is hope that it's purple. It starts with tone and ends with arm, which could be a big hint, right? So, are there other things that start with or end with similar things? Starting with tone, like tone as in like music stuff. We've had music categories before that are like tone and rhythm and things like that, music properties. And then arm is obviously part of a body, so it could be ends with parts of bodies, or it could be none of that. Because I'm not really seeing a whole lot of options for starting or ending with something. I mean, this starts with pre and ends with tend. So it might not be that. So I might actually have to know what tone arm is, which is unfortunate because I don't. So we'll save that for last then. Motor. Rib. Sham. Soap. Trying to find something to lock onto. Pretend. So we do have sham and pretend still. We have tire. We could be like parts of a vehicle, or we could be, hey, I'm tiring of this. I'm getting sleepy. or not even necessarily sleepy. Like you could tire, meaning you get sleepy, or you could tire of something, meaning you're done with it. You don't want to do it anymore. It could be any of those definitions, but I don't see how any of them connect. Um, needle and rib and mock and rag. So my placement theory, which holds up more often than not, is if we have a synonym category that kind of sticks out, like rib, mock, rag, needle, and it's all in the top two rows, then it might be the rainbow herring. So we should be careful about just locking that in. So it's possible, but what I mean by rainbow herring is it's possible that each of these are a different color, and that's built into the puzzle. They'll often actually construct puzzles that way, as far as I can tell, where they'll think of a synonym category or like an easy category that isn't going to be a category in it, and instead it's split up and they make a category out of each word separately. So like mock can also mean pretend and sham. Okay, so I think that's what's happening. I had kept thinking of mock as like mocking someone, but mock can also just mean a pretend thing. Dummy, I think also. So this is a category. I'm not wearing purple today, so I'm just going to lock this in. Yes, that's imitation. So we also have rag and needle and rib that we need to split up. I'm seeing rib and tire, and I was thinking about rack of ribs, and tires can also go on a rack. I don't know if that's it, but stuff that goes on a rack. We also have rag and needle to split up, potentially. Rag and soap, you're just cleaning stuff. Gloves, rag, and soap. What else do we clean with? Also, I haven't really thought about what me goes with. Um, shoot, platter, bucket. Oh, bucket. So we're like cleaning. We got our soap, our bucket, our rag, and our gloves. All right, cleaning supplies. There you go. All right, so I got yellow and green out of the way. So I think that rib and needle are getting split up. I still don't know what tone arm is. Um, I just noticed tone arm has the word near in the middle of it. I don't think it's that though. Motor, rib. Could it be things that go on a rack? Like what else would be on a rack? Or do tone arms go on a rack? Platter. I don't know. We have time. We have me. Me. Could me be missing letters? Are we missing letters? I'm not sure. Maybe it's a fill in the blank. Some blank me. I don't know what it would be. It could be anything. I don't think we can really brainstorm that one. I think it just has to happen. If only I knew what tone arm was. That's unfortunate. It feels like a tool. Like if someone says, hey, pass me the tone arm, I'd be like, okay, that's a tool. Um, maybe not. Could it be part of a car, like the tire? Maybe we got the motor, we've got the tire. I don't know. I don't know if they make parts of car blue or purple unless it's like really obscure parts of the car, like a tone arm. Platter like makes me think of food, but platter is more generic often. It's just like a disc of some kind, isn't it? So like circular things, platters and tires. I don't know. We also have time here. What are we doing with time? Whew. Time is emit backwards. Don't think we have other backwards words. I have nothing to latch on to. Rack of could it be rack still? I don't know what else is racked. Probably not. Rib. It's just a singular rib. It's not ribs. And I do think rib and needle get split up. So let's think about needle maybe. Needle and thread. Needle. Oh, could we be talking about? Oh, I was thinking about needle on a record player, and then I think these are parts of a record player. I'm guessing the tone arm is the thing you pick up that has the needle on it that you then place onto it. Okay, so these are parts of a record player. Yeah. All right. Rib, tire, time, and me. This is purple. They're all short. I have no idea. Let's just lock it in. Spare, yeah. So it was a fill in the blank. Spare me, wonderful. Spare rib, spare time, and spare tire. Gotcha. I think with tire, I could have thought of that. Rib, I don't eat ribs. Like I just don't. So the term spare rib I've heard before, but it's not really something I say a lot. Spare tire though, I think would have been my in if I had thought of that, but I didn't. Well, I'm glad I figured out the record player thing. Needle. I was thinking about what else needle could mean, and a record player just popped into my head. All right, cool. Um, this seemed pretty difficult to me, but yesterday I thought it was easy and it was extremely difficult. Today I thought it was difficult. So maybe it's easy, but I can only go off of myself here. So let's give this a 2.7 with a 65% solve rate. I don't know. This gives away the record player thing for sure. The tire is a record though. 2.3, interesting. I think it's going to be generational as well because if you grew up with record players, you'd know those terms. I was pretty close at 65. This is 63%. All right. We don't have a full million games in yet though, so that can always go up or down. I mean, I was regular rainbow, so very common 115 to just get rainbow order, which is usually the case, but 115 is more common than I'd think for even for rainbow order. A lot of people getting yellow first, not many people getting purple, 3%. This is of winning games, by the way. Then green. Okay, people who are losing are down to mostly down to blue, purple. We can look at the details. Yeah, so we've got 22% down that just got green, yellow. They were down to blue, purple. 6% got nothing. 5% only yellow, 3% only green, 1% only blue. So we got some people who know they're record players, but then couldn't figure out anything else. I wonder how often the rainbow herring was picked. Honestly, 70% is lower than I thought. 17% of people picked our rainbow herring. Oh, it didn't create any descriptions yet, I suppose. Um, Motor, tire, needle, tone arm. Maybe thinking these are car parts. I don't know. Just going, oh, motor and tire are parts of a car. Maybe the needle and the tone arm are. I don't know. That's the best I've got for why you'd guess that. But also, a lot of people were just down to blue and purple, and probably were just guessing random things in the hopes that they that they were correct or would get info. Putting sham in as something to wash with. All right. Okay. So wait. Yeah, it was 17%. Yeah. So if you got the rainbow herring, obviously. So I think that's what happened is a lot of people actually saw yellow before seeing the rainbow herring. So once you have once you have another category, you're not going to fall for the rainbow herring. You can't by definition. So we've got 38% getting yellow first, and then it's the rainbow herring at 16%, followed by green and then blue. And then green with sham is a pretty common first lock in. And then 2% going for purple first, figuring out the puzzle and getting purple first. All right. That's the typical percentage for that. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do pips for Wednesday, January 28th. We have the easy, medium, and hard. We'll do all three. All right. How do we want to get started? How many fours do we have? We have 4, 1, and 4, 4. Ooh, that's not really an in, is it? Do we have a domino that adds to 8? Yeah, we have 4, 4. Um, I mean, I could just try to vibe it since it's the easy. Yeah, and I just did. Okay. I don't know if that's the only solution though, because I didn't logically solve it, but that's a solution. All right. Let's do the medium. These aren't connected. They're just pretending to be connected. So we have three different puzzles. Do I have a domino that adds to 9? I always like to pick out the rarer sums. We do. We have 5, 4. What about over here? We're using 2 threes up in singular threes. How many threes do we have? That's both of our threes. We have a 3, 4 and a 3, 5. Either way, we're going to be going across here. This needs to be a 6. I have 6 blank and 6, 6. I don't know which one's better. Well, this has to be a double. It's either the 6, 6 or the 1, 1. This uses a 4 up. I have 4, 3 and 4, 5. Well, this can't be the 4, 3 because both of my 3s are used up here. So the 4, 5, I'm thinking 4, 5 up and then 3, 5 in here. And then this is going to be one of our 6s, either the 6 blank or 6, 6. I'm just going to stick the 6 blank in there and the 6, 6 here and hope for the best. 5 and 4 add to like this. Oh my gosh, like this. Yeah, there you go. Just spinning it around and spin it like a wheel and hope it ends up in the right spot. Is that how you do it? All right, that wasn't too bad. Let's do the hard. Ooh, okay. This one I think is worth just drawing out what our dominoes are. So we have this domino, which that's a throw out. We have this one and this one, this one. Because of the throw out, this goes up or this goes right. I don't know. So we need to figure out which direction this goes. So the question is, do we have 2 ways to add to 5? That seems the least likely thing, so we're going to check for it. I definitely don't have 2 ways to add to 5. In fact, I don't know that I have a... Okay, so I have this way to add to 5. I'm looking for 4, 1 or 2, 3. I'm trying to be careful about it. So yeah, okay. I have 1 way to add to 5, but not 2 ways to add to 5. So I'm going to have to do this and this and this. I meant in a single domino, obviously. All right. So that's what we're doing. Greater than 10 is going to be 11 or 12. So a 5 and a 6 or a 6 and a 6. But it always uses a 6, and we only have 1 6. So the 6, 2 can't go in the less than 2. So the 6, 2 goes in the 5. Now this is going to be 3 into something else that can add to 5. 3, 4 would work. 3 blank would work. Is this 1 and 1, or are we going to do a 2 and a blank? There is the meta that doubles tend to go into not equal cages. We'll hold off on that for now. So like I could do 3 blank and then... No, this throws out its other digit. This is going to be 5 into a less than 2. So we need a blank or a 1 in there. So do we do the 5 blank here to give us a little bit more optionality? Put the 1, 1 there. We could put the 4, 2 there since I have a lot of 5s, so I'm a little worried I need to use 1 in here. And then the blank 3 could go in here. Well, then I would need a 3, 2, which I don't have. Blank blank would work. Did I use up my 3, 5? I didn't have a 3, 5. What do I have? 3 blank. Okay, so maybe this 1, 1 wasn't right. Maybe I do the 1, 5. That's a little dangerous, but dangerous I'm saying because I have so many 5 dominoes. But we'll see. So that way I can do the 1, 1 here. Wait, I was going to do the 1, 5 here. I don't have enough 1s to... Wait. Maybe that's an in. So I think these aren't forced. This is forced, the 2, 6, but otherwise no. But the question is how many... Like I need... If this was 1, 1, I would need 3 1s. And the only way to do that would be to use the 1-1 like this, but I can't because that's not how the dominoes go. So, assuming that I didn't miss another way to add to 5, which I don't think I did. Therefore, this is blank 2. Or this is blank blank, which is possible. And then I can do 5-1 and 1-1. Ooh, maybe that's what it is. And the meta holds of doubles going into non-equal signs. Because now I can do this 3 blank. Okay, maybe that's it. This other 3 is the 3-4. And then this is the 4-2. And this has to be 5-2 and 5-5. And we did it. Okay, very nice. Yeah, the 2 and the less than 2, thinking about that was important. I don't know why I thought I had started trying this, and then rejected it, but maybe not. Maybe I tried something similar, or maybe I tried the 5-1 here instead of 5 blank. I don't know, but yeah, that felt like the only solution. Cool. Well, let me know how you did. Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Wednesday, January 28th. Let's play. Remove from a position of power. I'm not sure what they want 4 letters. Not cool. Fine. See if I care. Kind of bored. It's in. Oh, because kind of bored and kind of bored. Not sure. Primatologist subjects. Probably ends in S, but what's a primatologist? Are they studying primes? All right. Kind of bored. Like a wooden board. Not sure. Maybe it's Ouija. That would be fun. Is that? I don't remember how to spell Ouija. I think it's Ouija. Prepare to use as a pen. Uncap your pen. All right. Desirable place to sit on a hot day. In the shade. Oh, they study apes. Okay. Pair on a bicycle. Not sure. Pair of tires, maybe? Actually. Blank Jing, street sign. Oh, crossing. Ped crossing. Oh, wow, okay. Ouija board came out of nowhere. I don't know. The eye just told me it was Ouija. That's weird. All right, so oust from power. Okay. Uncool. Not cool is unhip. I care was correct. Kind of bored is jaded. I don't think of jaded as being bored. Like, I'm bored of this. I'm jaded of this. That doesn't make sense to me. But maybe there's an alternate definition I haven't thought of. Primatologist, it makes sense. Primate would study apes. Ouija board, uncap, shade, tire, pet. I got all the downs, actually. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do Strands. Today's theme is Zen state. Home. Okay, so are we talking about like different ways of doing meditation? I'm looking for meditation. Meditate. Meditate could just be one of the words, but it could also be the spanogram. I guess let's just find out. Okay, it's just one of the words. So like there's tone, but that no. Maybe tonic? No. Okay. So other ways of achieving Zen besides meditation. Maybe it's just relax. I see this X. How would I do it? Relax. Oh, that's just one of the words. Oh, mindfulness. Mindfulness. There it is. Ice knot, clearly. Notice? Oh, you just notice. Focus. Is breathe here? Yeah, I was going to say, I've been trying to say breathe for a while, but I was seeing other things. Is Tenleys? Tensil? Tensley? Enlist. Wow, it's an anagram of enlist. Listen. Oh. Never really associated enlist with listen before. Because they're not really related words. All right. Well, how'd you do? Hello. Today's bonus game is Word All. There are exactly 4 words that match this Wordle setup. We got to find all 4 of them. So my initial thought is to put the L second. some kind of vowel, and then we can't do FT though, so probably FL. So, and then the T would be at the end. That would be forced. So is there a word that does this? Flirt. Flirt. Okay, that's one of them. All right, so this is telling us that this solid green is telling us the rest of the words all start with green. The yellow-green L is telling us that all of some of the words, there's still at least one more that has L second, but some of them have L elsewhere. One of them also has I third. It doesn't have to be the one with L second. And then one of them is, so is there another FLI something T would be my first question. Or I could just look for another FLT potentially, because if there's an L second, the T goes at the end. So there's another that's like this, which may or may not have I in the middle. FLA, flant. Flunt. So we know that if there's an I, it's in the middle, because this doesn't have a yellow option. This has to be another one. T's not allowed to be fourth because of lofty. So, but it could be F something something LT. Maybe that's an option. Failt. Huh. I'm having some trouble here. They all start with F. So what's the one where T, what's the one where T is not fourth? There's one with T here. Maybe fatal? Okay. There we go. So now T is always at the end. There is one that does this then, or like this. I thought of fillet, but there's no E. There is another FA word. Maybe faint? That doesn't use an L. Foul. They all end in T. So the one that's FA does end in T. We need to, oh, it's fault. Of course, fault. That's the one I was trying to think of with that FLT. Last word goes FLI something T, and I just haven't thought of it. No A, no U, no O. It's not another vowel. Flint. Oh, flint. Like, it's used to make fire. Okay. That shouldn't have been as hard as it was. I don't know why I struggled so much with that. But we got there. How'd you do? And let's spin our bonus wheel and see what tomorrow's game is going to be. It's going to be Anna Sicombe's suggestion of Reunion, which is a Merriam-Webster game. All right. And as always, there will be a link in the description. And that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link at the end of the video that takes you straight to Wordle. You just got to click in the middle of the video and watch Wordle. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.